For the spiritually awake, the idea of enlightenment or a higher state is not really present very often, because you always know, you always, all day, all night, no matter what the circumstance, you understand, you perceive, you're aware of the higher nature of reality, of God. It's not something you arrive at after many years, or you always are in contact with that beauteous, that kind light, that soft radiance. Say radiance as a presence, not necessarily a color or a time or a place, it just is. You're never your body or your problems or the solution to your problems. You're always this lighter than air, cloud-like experience. Cloud-like, not clouds with the sunlight going through them or darkened clouds. It's just the softness of it, the sweetness of it, the kindness of it. There's no color. You can have these deep experiences of golden light, and you'll have all these experiences, but basically your day-to-day existence is completely other than the normal materialistic soul. Because they're not in touch with their soul, they're materialistic. The world is infinitesimal. It's like infinitely smaller than the subatomic particle, the smallest particle is smaller than that. When you're awake, because this presence is eternity and forever, timeless, certain, there's a surety to it, and a kindness, and a sweetness, and a joy, and a wonder. And you're enveloped in it, and there's no you and no it, and no envelopment. Just, And that's who you are. So the spiritual life is not involved in a higher state of consciousness and awareness, and we have these tools that soften and improve. Soften meaning get more delicate, where we don't even have to, for a split second, think about it. We can move from one state of awareness to another when we're helping others, lifting them through whatever means. Because we're always very quiet, aren't we? And the world is always very rude, isn't it? We're not interested in the drabness of the material life. We have to step into it because we're here for that reason, to lift our brothers and sisters who would be lifted. And other than that, it's not a big deal. To simply be quiet. You have a care that moves out from you called compassion, but even that's not really relevant when you're here in the light, the kind light, the true light. And this has to be understood delicately. You are that light. And you will reside in the house of the Lord forever, because you're already there. It's not a prayer to deathbed. It's not a healing or an illumination experience that we need. There is no need, no experience. This transcendent presence that we're describing is, it's you. Isn't it you? So when we look and search for a higher order, a better way of being, we do it for others, but we're not concerned about the future, the past. Of course, our heart bleeds in the middle of this. This works, you can't describe it in human words or thoughts or experience, but of course we bleed for every human being in the world that bleeds. If there's a child hungry somewhere, Please understand this is true. We're aware. We're part of the radiance of the Almighty. We're never not that. Can't explain it to people. Who would listen? Who would care? They're busy about being busy about. But not us, not the awakened, not the illumined, not the kind, not the true, not the real, not you. You're not here. There is no here. Not for you. The delicateness of this experience is endlessly more simple, more pure. It's beyond experience, emotion, thought, words, time, place, none of this. It's just, you are eternity's simplicity. In the early years, we work out the crimes that have been imposed upon us through birth here, but we've given ourselves to that. And we let go of that. And we understand how to communicate with others through that. And that's why we're here. To lightly, sweetly, kindly communicate to others. That they may reside in the house of the Lord forever. And the ways we'll do that, the means, they'll come to us throughout our life. We've all gone through great travail to get back to the place we began with, the simplicity of the divine light. We gave ourselves to this cause because somewhere in the infinite universe something appeared that was not part of the infinite universe, not spiritual, but whatever we might think of as being material. It's infinitely less than even we can perceive, and yet we're here, we fall into this condition, to this aperture called birth, out of pure compassion. Point being, let go of guilt, remorse. Even though if I can't help my mom or my teacher or my friends, I'm dying inside for it, to push through the material morass to get to them. So I'll feel responsible until I get to them, and that's what this is about. And the responsibility ends one day when we fight through all the daily insipidness and look each other squarely in the eye. We who believe. And we lift, and we lift, and we lift. And this never was. Time, the sense of time, is the outlaw of the universe of good. Let go of that sense in prayer and meditation, contemplation. And all will be well. You're good, you're kind, you're true. You do live in the house of the Lord forever. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to understand or dream or contemplate. This thin stream of light, this ray of light that we are from God will expand and become the living light of all. Because of you, your consciousness. Don't look anywhere else. There's nothing to study, nothing to need, nothing to know. There's no little secret. It just is. Because you exist. All will be well. You're not God in human form or anything else. There's no human form. Even the sense of God is so much more, but we experience it. Early on, we're driven by the lower emotions and of those who see the world as real, and they're the actors on the stage that we learn to not respond to at all. And if we have no reaction to anything, when we deal with people to help lift them out, then they'll be free to express, to expand, to acknowledge, to know. First of all, to escape the thought that there is a material world. There never was. For the spiritual, that's ABC. Yeah, of course. So be free. You have overcome the world. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Skolton.